Over in the pages of Marvel Comics' Dark X-Men, the villainous Orchis agents of Krull and Valance have teamed up alongside with an alternate demonic version of series protagonist Madelyne Pryor. Their ultimate goal is to stage a massive attack over on the Dark X-Men's Limbo Embassy. My name is Ariko Braddock, and today, let's go ahead and see how the villainous CHASM returns to the pages of Dark X-Men issue 4. Before we get deeper into the video, I want to encourage you to consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the like button over on this video. Hostile takeover. The fiend taunting the Dark X-Men from afar leaves a trail of bodies in her wake as terror falls over the Limbo Embassy. Will CHASM join the fight against Orchis or become Madelyne Pryor's ultimate downfall? And can the devil ever truly be trusted? Dark X-Men issue 4 is written by Steve Foxe, featuring art from Jonas Scharf. We have colors from Frank Martin, letters from VC's Clayton, Cowles, and design from Tom Muller and Jay Bowen. In addition, the cover for the series is coming in over from Steven Segovia and Jesus Aburtov. Really love the way that this cover is laid out, featuring a villainous look at the clone of Peter Parker known as Ben Reilly. Plus, we have Gambit, Fiend, Madelyne Pryor, and Havok as well. Want to extend a quick thank you to Adventures in Poor Taste and preview some of the beautiful interior art coming in from Jonas Scharf. First off, I thought the first couple opening sequences over with Rogue and Gambit evoked so many warm feelings in this comic book series. Really appreciated all the different ways that these Dark X-Men comics have set up the individual characters in the opening of each of these individual issues. Plus, I thought it was really interesting how Steve Foxe immediately grounded the pages of Dark X-Men in recent Marvel continuity. We get a reference over from Rogue due to the fact that she's recently revived the Uncanny Avengers series. She's trying to get Gambit to join her on this new venture. The way that Gambit ultimately decides to stick with Madelyne Pryor and the Dark X-Men brings out an interesting fundamental aspect of his character. It really seems like Gambit is trying to operate alongside the shadows of the Dark X-Men over in this series. Plus, I really appreciated the fact that after we checked in over with Gambit and Rogue, we also got a chance to check in with some of the remainder of the Dark X-Men team members. Watching the drama unfold with Azazel and Emplate was really fascinating, as was briefly checking in over with Zero and Albert in their really tense opening sequence throughout this comic book series. Plus, I really found the way that Faint operated alongside Madelyne Pryor in a sort of teacher-student relationship definitely opened up some really fascinating plot elements of characterization in this comic book series. The final page over before the credits sequence in the Orchis Gulag teases the relationship between Krull, Valance, and this alternate version of Madelyne Pryor. Plus, the two Orchis agents even reveal that they're trying to get CHASM to turn against Madelyne Pryor over on these pages. I thought Jonas Scharf did an excellent job laying out this page with so much intrigue here, featuring a really fascinating perspective on this first panel. And I thought it was really fascinating, too, to see how some of the negative space introduced the tension of this scene over on this final panel of the page here. Over on this sequence, we can really see the character of Abyss running towards our team of Dark X-Men at the Limbo Embassy. I really think Abyss brings out such an unexpected element over in this title, and his appearance is sort of directly tied in to the narrative that Madelyne Pryor is sustaining in Dark X-Men as she's trying to recruit as many mutants as possible in order to fight back against Orchis. Little does she know on this next sequence that Abyss has something else in mind here and is seemingly unable to control their powers before sucking Madelyne Pryor and the rest of our team of Dark X-Men characters into a pocket dimension here. The next sequences over in the tale are so thrilling as our Orchis team members reveal the fact that they were the ones who set up this Abyss bomb over in the first place and immediately begin to stage their assault on the Limbo Embassy. I've been waiting for a long time in the various solicits and marketing material that Marvel has teased to really watch our Orchis agents go toe-to-toe over with the Dark X-Men. I think it's profound how so many issues of Dark X-Men were really devoted to establishing this really harrowing conflict before finally setting it loose towards the very end of this miniseries here. I also thought the appearance from CHASM was a little bit too brief in this issue. I would have loved to get even more material featuring him, but I did think the characterization and the dejected nature he brought over to the comic book series really portrayed him as an interesting foil over for Orchis in Dark X-Men. I'm also really fascinated over with his motivations. I can't really tell if he's a hero or a villain, depending on the context that he's in. Really hope he's going to eventually meet up with the character of Hallows Eve, who also has a Limbo connection in some future installments of Dark X-Men, especially if this series is somehow able to move beyond a miniseries in the next phase over in X-Men comics. So at the end of the day here, I think Dark X-Men 4 was a really phenomenal issue, finally pitting our team of Orchis over against our heroes in the Dark X-Men. Really watching these two teams slowly come together over the course of this miniseries has been so much fun, and really watching the body count over in the Limbo Embassy from these Orchis agents is just absolutely thrilling here. I'm also so fascinated to see our team of Dark X-Men really rise up and battle Orchis again. I think Orchis was largely victorious over in their brawl within the first issue, so I'm really fascinated to see if our team of Dark X-Men can exact their revenge. I'm also hoping that in the next issue of Dark X-Men, we're really going to see an expanded role over for the character of CHASM Ben Reilly. To me, it feels like there's so much potential with this character and series. Really hope that Marvel is going to return over to the Dark X-Men in the very near future within the next status quo of X-Men. I want to know from you. Did you enjoy this series as much as I did? What did you think about Orchis' massive battle over with the Dark X-Men and the Limbo Embassy? Thank you so much for coming to check out our video review over for Dark X-Men issue 4, and we'll be back to see where this series is headed over in the near future. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.